Alright everyone, this is going to be a very casual video. This is Mr. Universal here, and I feel like my entire channel is literally just promoting HBO Max. I mean, I've been watching a ton of HBO shows. You can watch my previous two videos. This is going to be more of a relaxing video, so please just, put it on the background while you're playing music, as I'm doing right now. As you can see, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins. But I want to talk about Michael Clayton. This movie came out in 2007, and it stars the very handsome George fucking Clooney. Wow. I'm looking at IMDb right now, so forgive me if you hear a bunch of clicking in the background. I'm trying to get some background information about the movie. But this came out in '07. For some fucking reason, this shit has a 7.2 out of 10. IMDb. Why? Fake the numbers. Make this a 9 or an 8.5 minimum, because this is probably one of the most... It's a known movie among cinephiles, but we'll talk about later why I think it was forgotten. I think there's a couple reasons, but mainly there's one real reason as to why it was forgotten by, movie lovers, right? But it is, let's see the basic synopsis, okay? Michael Clayton, that's the name of the main character, that's the name of George Clooney's character. A law firm brings in its fixer to remedy the situation after a lawyer has a breakdown while representing a chemical company that he knows is guilty in a multi-billion-dollar class action lawsuit. It was directed by Tony Gilroy, written by Tony Gilroy. Man, that's the man right there. It stars George Clooney, Tilda Swinton, who, man, it's weird seeing Tilda wearing human clothes. Not saying she looks like an alien, but she's very beautiful. But usually you see her, playing otherworldly characters, and in this, she's playing a human character. I think that's very interesting for her. And of course, the underrated Tom Wilkinson. My God. Just, again, this movie is so underrated. I think it's one of the best, not only movies of 2007, obviously, but of that decade, the 2000s. But I think what really shines throughout this movie is, remember, people, this is a political law drama case. A lot of these movies can be boring if done poorly. I think something like All the President's Men is interesting. You have that background information. Of course, we have the classic Social Network that was really done really well. Of course, with great background stories and characters and drama happening around the whole law procedure court case. But I think with Michael Clayton, the main two stars really is, of course, George Clooney. But really, I think it's also the directing and the cinematography. So Tony Gilroy, let's see his IMDb. He has done a couple things. Let's see what he's done. Okay, he's a producer on Nightcrawler, writer of Duplicity, writer of Rogue One. That's super fucking random, but okay. House of Cards, okay. So you see this guy, he knows his shit, okay? So I think, the main strength of this movie really is the directing, the cinematography, and George Clooney himself. So let's talk about the mood of the movie. It's very melancholy. I think that's a great, interesting way of putting it. Every single one of these people you see in this law firm, they're very egotistical, high power people, and you just see them with this other side of just being pathetic, taking pills, being broke, etc., etc. And you can go on Reddit and you can see a plethora of people talking about how, these law people, it's not all, sunshines and roses, right? It's a tough business, right? Hey man, if you can get into, these law firms and work there, you got to be kind of crazy, right? You need to have that willpower, you need to have that strength, and I totally understand that. I think it really shows the duality between what is strength and what is craziness, because Tom Wilkinson, of course, hopefully everyone who's seen this video has already seen the movie, but Tom Wilkinson, he has you know, he is the top dog, right? They say, wow, man, this guy, he is the biggest closer. This guy is the best of the best, right? The creme of the creme, excuse me. But I think, you know, maybe the film is insinuating, you know, all these years of being, you know, this type of political asset working against the law really has really put a toll on his mind, on his sanity. And I think, you know, it's funny how people, you know, they call him crazy and whatnot, but really he wasn't crazy. He really was trying to do the right thing. And I think he realized, you know, when you're in old age, you know, you look in your past, specifically, you know, when you reminisce, you think of the risks you didn't take, your failures. I think that's just part of human nature to want to excel. But unfortunately, with human nature, you really want to, people tend to think on their mistakes and what they could have done better. And I think as this particular character, Tom Wilkinson's character, grew older, he grew regretful of his actions. So, and I think that's when he started taking medication, and it really all went downhill with this, you know, with this final case, right? These people were killing people with this medicine, but really it was cancer inducing, right? And he died, right? I mean, people thought he was crazy, but Michael, and of course eventually everyone knows that he wasn't crazy. But it is unfortunate, right? You can see the duality between you know, the possibilities. You know, you can end up as Tom Wilkinson, or you can end up as you know, one of the other top law guys who just like, hey man, we gotta close this. You know, it's a done deal. There's nothing we can do. Especially that one guy in the funeral. He was very interesting. He said, man, I don't want to say it. You know, he was like, I don't want to say it, but I think we dodged a bullet there. And what a two-faced cocksucker he was. But that's just how he is, right? That's just how he is. But yeah, George Clooney, man, he, you know, his presence, his acting, his confidence, and really just his vulnerability, you know, throughout the entire movie, it's great. But okay, so as to the reasons, or really the main reason as to why this movie was really overlooked, and really is I think it's getting more praise because you see it on streaming services like Hulu. I'm sure it was on Netflix, and currently, as of the recording of this video, you can watch it on HBO Max. This came out in '07, guys. What other '07 was a fucking, it was a banger of a year in terms of movies. Literally, No Country for Old Men came out in '07, and also probably one of the greatest acting performances of all time. You know, you can ask Kanye West, right? He said, he said, There Will Be Blood is one of the greatest acting, is one of his greatest movies ever, right? And I agree with him, right? I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis, I mean, he killed it. I mean, and it's a shame George Clooney, I don't think he's ever won an Oscar. I'm sure he was nominated for this movie, but he never won. He never won, and it's a shame. You know, he's getting up there in years, but I think he should do one last hoorah, because Michael Clayton was phenomenal. Definitely check out the movie. It's pretty surreal just how melancholy the movie is, and especially that ending shot where he just hands $50 to the taxi cab and says, just drive me anywhere. Whatever those $50 can take me, just drive me anywhere. You can just see, you know, you can put yourself in his shoes, which is something, you know, all movies should aspire to do, right? To make you sympathize with the main character, or not sympathize, right? Depending on the objective. But he's just sitting there, and as the credits roll, he's just, you can see he's somewhat getting, you know, teary-eyed. He's thinking about his friend. He's thinking about, man, I'm glad I did the right thing. And it's just a solid movie, guys. Definitely check it out. With that being said, thank you very much. I know I'm a small YouTube channel. I appreciate it if you at least subscribed. You know, I'm going to be doing more of these videos where it's just, you know, I'm going to be talking about certain topics I want to talk about while having, you know, gameplay footage on the screen. Just have, you know, some great conversation while you do your thing behind the scenes. Um, just trying to lighten your guys' day and trying to show you guys, you know, there's some great movies out there. Please check it out. With that being said, I'd appreciate a like, you know, a subscription. Again, you don't have to. You don't have to do shit in this world if you don't want to. But I really would appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys, for your time, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.